What up, YouTube? Zeromus555 here, and I just got out of bed, so please excuse me if I look a little sleepy. Um, this video today is basically going to be a deck profile. I'm doing my Infernities again. I've changed it a little bit. It's still got some similarities, but there's also some differences, which I'll go over when I get to the cards. As far as I recall, I think the monster count's pretty much the same. I might have made one change. So for anyone that doesn't know what the cards do, I'm just going to quickly go over them. But I'll be quick. So Infernity Archfiend, he's a level 4 1800 beater, and when he's special summoned, you get to add an Infernity card from your deck to your hand. He's really good just because you can special him in so many ways. And if you draw him when you have no cards in your hand, you can special summon him, then he gets his effect, so that's really good. 3 Infernity Necromancers, and I have all 3 DTs now, so that's pretty hot. Yeah, he basically just special summons an Infernity from the graveyard, and he goes to defense. He's got 2,000 defense, so he's really good. Now, some people say these suck, but I think you're retarded if you think that's the case. Infernity Beetle's amazing. You have to run 3. It's not just because it can make Trishula or Mist Wurm, it's because it can make 6s, it can make 5s with Necromancer. You can even overlay and make Gachi if you want to, which I've done a few times to win games, so he's really good. Next is 2 Infernity Mirage. I think you only need 2. I've seen some people run 3, and I kind of thought 3 would be good, but every single time I tried it out, I was dead draw them. Even when I run 2 sometimes, you open up like 2 of these or even 1 of these, and it's your only monster, and you're just like, it's terrible. But yeah, 1's fine. Or 2's fine, I mean. 1 Infernity Avenger, he's just your level 1, and he's got an okay effect, but I know some people just run 2 Avengers, or 1 Event, or I guess 2, and don't run any Beetles. I just think that's terrible. It's all about the, people think it's all about the loop, but you know, you gotta have actually some other win conditions with the deck, or if your loop gets screwed up, you've lost, and I think that's just a lame way to play the deck, so 1 Avenger's fine. Next is 2 Dark Greffers. I was running, I think, a Grepher and an Armageddon Knight, but I cut out the Armageddon Knight. I like Armageddon Knight because he lets you dump when you don't have a monster in your hand, but you guys see in a minute here why I'm running 2 Grepher now, and I just think 2 Grepher is better. Just, you know, you want to unload your hand rather than unloading the deck, so this is very crucial. And 1 Street Patrol, who I love. Street Patrol is awesome. He basically special summons a 2,000 attack or less fiend from your hand, so you get Archfiend's effect, or you can special summon Necromancer and then special Archfiend. So I'm now running 2 Pot of Dualities. This is for consistency's sake, because I think, like, yes, the deck is a little sacky, yes, it can go off, but you still want to have some consistency, and 2's actually testing really well, especially with the Grepher. You know, you summon Grepher. I've had a few times where I summon or have Grepher in my hand and I have no other monster. I'll play the Duality and I'll find an Archfiend or a Beetle or something off the Duality, add that in my hand, then I have a target for Grepher, so that's really good. And you're not always going to special summon turn 1 anyways, or whatever turn you draw it, so you can always just set it and use another turn. There's no rush. 2 MST and 1 Heavy Storm. Now, this is kind of it's a sketchy one, because I think Heavy Storm's a fantastic card, especially if you go second. My only problem is that this deck sets a lot of back rows. Now, in that situation, I was thinking I should maybe cut the Heavy Storm and just run 3 MSTs. I haven't really completely tested it yet, but if anyone has or does, please PM me and let me know how you think it is. I've had so many times where I've drawn Heavy Storm after I have a whole field set up and I have a bunch of barriers down, and it's like, oh, if this was an MST, it'd be a lot better. I could just set the MST, and then when your opponent sets it back, or you just chain it. But I can't do that with Heavy Storm because I'm going to hit all the stuff in my field. So 1 Infernity Launcher, obviously. Now, Launcher, you just tribute it off to special 2 Infernities. 1 Reinforcement of the Army. The reason I'm still running this is you got to get that Grepher first turn, and this is very crucial. It's very rare that you're going to open up both Greffers, and that would be dead. Mind Control. This I'm actually thinking about cutting out for something else, but so far I think Mind Control is too good this format, just because I can exceed, and I have so many different levels in my deck. It also helps me get around Thunder King exceeding-wise. So I think Mind Control is a bit too good, and especially since I have Beetle, I can just go like Mind Control or Thunder King, summon Beetle, Synchro for Brionac or something like that, and then discard that last Infernity out of my hand, play Launcher, or activate Call the Haunted, and then just start going off from there. So I think Mind Control is a bit too good. Next we have 1-for-1. This is for getting out Avenger, but you can also get out Mirage, which is very good. Plus it empties your hand, so 1-for-1 is one of the best cards in the deck. Foolish Burial just gets your stuff in the graveyard that you need in the grave at the time. Archfiend, Stygian, Necromancer, whatever you need to do, loop, or, you know, just start going off. Now, I'm not running Book of Moon. Some people might be like, why are you running Book of Moon? I do like Book of Moon a lot, this format. I would like to run it. It's just this deck's very tight in space, so I can't find room. Monster Reborn, very good, because you can special summon Archfiend and get his effect. And Dark Hole. This is another one of those cards that's like Heavy Storms. Like, should I really be running this? Is it really worth it? I usually have field control, but there are a lot of duels I'll have in this deck where you can't go off early. So in that case, I think Dark Hole is still too good not to run. Lets you kind of gain back some presence. So 3 Infernity Barriers. Yeah, this is still a proxy, but I am getting one in the mail now. I set up a trade the other day, and I will be getting the third one. So yeah, 3 barriers. It's kind of your second Solemn Judgment that you can run 3 of. So I think you have to run 3 barriers. I think it's too good. I was trying out 2, and I think 2 is actually fine as well, and you can just run like 2 Infernity Breaks, but yeah. I was running 3 Inferno now. I'm only running 2. Some people might be like, you have to run 3 Inferno in this format, and I somewhat agree with you. I think I said that in one of my other videos, but I just think that 2 is still fine, because I find a lot of the time, like now that I'm running dualities, I can grab this with duality, or I can open up with it first turn. But I think the problem is that if you run 3, it's just a horrible dead draw late game. And I don't know, I think 2's fine. I've been testing it, and I think 2's really all you need. And I do like 1 Infernity Break. If I find that I need another Inferno, I'll just cut this and run the third one. But so far, it's testing fine. 3, 2, and 1, I think, is a very good ratio. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. You guys know I got rid of my Solemn Warning, so I'm just running Bottomless. This is actually a lot better than I thought it would be, this format. Otherwise, since Warning came out as a super today, actually, so I need to go get the tins. I'll be replacing those with these, but so far, that's completely fine. Next is 2 Call the Haunted's. Call the Haunted's awesome in here because you can chain it to Archfiend, get a search, or you could... excuse me. Or you can, grab a big monster back, or whatever else. Use it for Synchro or Exceeding. Solemn Judgment, that's a staple. Mirror Force, staple. And I'm not running Torrential because that's kind of like the same thing with Dark Hole. I found that I was always getting it. It's good when you don't have field control, but this deck gets it very fast. And I just think Torrential is one of those cards that you're going to draw late game, it seems, all the time. When you already have a solid field down, you don't want to Torrential like 4 of your Synchro monsters. So, and then lastly, Trap Dustshoot, because it's one of the best cards in the game right now. So yeah, guys, this deck, it's 40 cards. I'll have the deck list below if you guys want to check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. And once again, let me know what you think about the 3 MSTs compared to 2 MST and Heavy Storm, because I'm not really sure if I do want to switch that out. I think Heavy Storm's a little too broken not to run, but, just for consistency's sake. Anyways, guys, that's the deck. So Zeramus555 signing out. Peace.